Hey everyone, what is going on? It is BradPhusion here and welcome back to another Space Engineers video. So today I was meant to be doing an Eternal Darkness survival video, however the spotlights are still broken and that was confirmed to be part of the update instead of the mod I was using, as I was a little bit confused when I did the last episode. However, it is far too dark for me to do anything, so I've decided to take a look at the latest update itself, including the volumetric damage, or that's what I'm going to be focusing on in today's video. Now if you don't know what the volumetric damage is or what it has changed, I'm going to be showing you guys a few examples here, including light armor and heavy armor variants with a ship that is firing at the same spot on each of these targets here. Now previously in the game, before this update, regardless of where you hit on an object, if something was inside the blast radius, it would be destroyed. So for example, this reactor here would be destroyed if the rocket hits the red marker. That is rather obvious. Now, in the previous builds of the game, if this reactor was on the other side here, hence where it is right now, it would also be destroyed because it is within the blast radius. Now, because of the latest update, you actually have to penetrate the armor first to then get through to the objects on the other side. So in today's video here I have a few examples of a few scenarios, including thrusters extending to the outside to see if they are any more exposed than the parts in the middle, a reactor encased with armor to see if that gives it any more protection, and then the heavy armor variants of each. So I am right now sitting over in a ship that can only move horizontally or left and right if you want to be, well, not exactly level with anything. But so yeah, right now I am aimed at the direct middle, and if I fire like so, you can see that the reactor on the front was instantly destroyed. Now that would happen to anything within the blast radius, which I believe is the block range I have selected here, and it makes a very pretty diamond, which is surprising. But if you look on the back, the reactor is still here and it is still powered. Now how many shots will it take to actually get through to the reactor? Let's see. That was 1, that was 2, that was 3, and that was 4. So it takes 4 shots to get through a light armor piece. Now there might be some variation, hence why I've got a second one set up just over here. So let me just fly over and mark the next target. So if I fly over to this way here, you can see the little red dot moving, hopefully you can in the video, and now I am lined up with my target again, and let's try it. Now keep in mind this is light armor, and that took 4 shots to get through the first one, so let's see how many it'll take to get through to this one. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, that one was only 3 shots, which means there are a variable amount to how it actually reacts to the armor. Now that might be something to do with the way I was lined, whether I could be a few mil off with my aiming, or the simple fact that sometimes you can penetrate a little further, and you can even see that the explosions here, whilst they're near identical, they do vary just in the slightest bit here, to imply that there is change and that they do have different levels of resistance, and you can hit them in different areas to have different effects. So yes, whilst the original, or the previous, you could just destroy stuff instantly, this now takes time, and you'll see how long it takes on heavy armor in a second. So here is the thruster variant that I haven't actually tested out too much for myself yet. So let me just fly the ship over there right now, and we'll aim it up. Oh, it's a little bit too far there. The ship is rather agile considering all it is just a few thrusters. So here we are, lined up perfectly, and I got out, of course I did. Let me get back in again and go back to this view. So I'm going to take the camera behind and have a look at these components to see how long it takes for them to be destroyed individually. So 1 shot, nothing is gone. 2 shot, nothing. 3 shot and the reactor is gone, however the thrusters are still there. I wonder if a 4th shot will get rid of them. 4th? No. 5th? No. And the 6th just goes clean through. So as you can see, despite the amount of damage, even opening up a hole here, there was not much damage done to the thrusters at all. And actually, if I wanted to, I can show you guys just how much damage is done by grabbing out the welder tool. If I go over here and grab out the welder tool, I can just quickly show you guys how much damage they have taken, if any damage at all. So the top one here has taken No damage, no damage, no damage, and no damage. Now, I kind of would have expected a slight bit of damage just from the simple heat and the debris, but nothing was taken to any of those parts there. So there we go, same amount of shots as the first one to get through to the reactor, but nothing is done to the thrusters, so that means you'd have to realign and fire at where you think the thrusters are to then damage those components. Let me get back inside and see if it changes when firing at something that is encased. So we thrust over to here, and let us line ourselves up yet again. So this is no different to any of the ones before, other than the fact that there is now armor surrounding completely, and this is again light armor. It is one layer on the front and an extra layer on the side. So first shot, nothing much happens. Let me have a look at the front here actually, just see if that changes or affects it at all. That's 2, that is 3, and it is destroyed on 3. Much like the pattern we've had previously, it is between 3 and 4 shots to break through one piece of armor. Let's see if we can destroy or warp the second layer here any further by firing at it. And you can see it's actually getting quite terrible. And even more so, and then completely firing through. Now, are these all connected? I believe that they still are. Let me get it and quickly just double check for you guys to see if these still count as one piece. You can see that they still have their boxes here, like so, and I can actually put a block in between them to connect them like that, and that does look extremely weird. Moving on from that now, that kind of looks cool actually. Let's go over to heavy armor and see how long heavy armor takes to get through in the first place. Without a reactor, of course, just so you guys can get the initial test. So here we are, lined up with the center. Let me go back to my camera view, and let's try this again to see how long it takes before the missile can actually get completely through the armor. So So there we go, we have now got a missile through that, and if you weren't counting, that took around 29 shots. Now, that was to get penetration through the actual armor. Let's see how long it takes to destroy something that is directly on the other side of it. So let me move my ship along here to line up with the second target, and let's just see how long it takes to get through to this one. So here we are, lined up. Let me go back to this view, and let's see how long this takes instead. And again, it is 29 shots to get through the armor and to destroy the component on the other side. Now let's just see if we can fire missiles through now. It took an extra 2 shots to get through the armor itself. Whether that was because the components behind were holding the armor together a little bit better, I'm not entirely too sure, though I feel that might be the case. So there we go, 31 shots to get through one single layer of armor with a component behind it, and 29 to get through a single layer of armor without any components. So let's move on to the thruster one here. I don't think we're going to get too much of variation, but we'll still test it out anyways, just to see. So here we are, lined up dead center again. Let's go back to our view and let's see what exactly will go on here. oh, I should have noted, it was 20 to 21 shots to get rid of the reactor in the center, oddly enough compared to the previous of 29 and 31. Let's continually fire to see how long it takes us to get through. And, well, we just got through just then. So 22 shots then, so that appears to be rather different. So it seems like the more components you have on the back there, the faster it is to open up the hole, as weird as that sounds. I'm thinking maybe either it's applying stress or tension to the blocks, causing it to tear open a little faster, though I can't be entirely too sure. Let us try the final variant here to see just how long it takes to get to the reactor. I am thinking it's going to be maybe 21 shots. Let me move over here and line ourselves up once more to do the final test. So here we are, all lined up, and let's begin firing. So I'm going to stop here temporarily. We've just reached 30 missiles to get to where we are right now, and still the component has not been destroyed on the back side over here. I'm going to continue firing just until it is destroyed, but I just thought I would note how odd it is that despite all the previous ones being destroyed around the 20 mark, this one has now gone to the 30 mark. So there we go, 33 shots to get through this armor here to get to the component that was just behind it. That is awfully strange. I'm not too sure what to make of that, but I'll let you guys make up your own minds in the comments below as to why you think the armor reacted the way it did to all of these different tests here. Anyways, I just thought I would show this off just to give those who don't have the game a little example of how it actually works now, and so you guys can better plan your ships for the future. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below at how the new armor reacts, or not so much the new armor, but how the new damage model works. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome everyone,